Hi, this is Tracie DeMars with ReMax Equity Group, and it is another version of Tuesday's Tips on a Wednesday, so maybe I'm getting better. We're going to do a continuation of the, hey, Tracie, I have a house to sell. I want to buy a new one. How does that work? Matter of fact, I just got another email this week about this. I have a house to sell. I want to buy a new house. It's time for my family to move to our new next home or downsize or upsize or however that works. But what do? Do I sell my home and go rent for a while to find a new home? What do I do? So, again, going over a little bit of what we did last week, we talked about the process of calling your realtor, having your realtor come over, take a look at your home, look at the condition, what needs to happen to your home, what we suggest you might do to your home to be able to put on the market, or is it ready to go now, and getting your home on the market. And of course, going over the fees, the process of selling your home. And I mean, obviously what you want to know more is, what do you net? And of course, the next step after talking to your realtor about putting your home on the market is taking that information of what you would net after fees, after your loan balance, because that's important, you got to pay that off first, is talking to your lender and getting pre-approved. And Chris promises me that he's going to put a video up on getting pre-approved today. We'll see. Once you've got that information, you call your realtor back. You say, hey, great. This is based, if I sell my home with my equity, this is how much I'm pre-approved for my next house. Yay! So we say, okay, great. Now our next step is, how do we want to work this? And when you have buying a home is stressful. Selling a home is even more stressful, okay? Because there's a lot more to it. There's showing times. How are we going to set that up? Do you need more notice? Do you need 24-hour notice? 4 hours? Do you just want to put your house on the market up on a Thursday night and leave for the weekend and hope we're going to get offers, and we'll go over the offers on Monday? A lot of juggling on this one. When you're selling and buying, it's even a little bit more juggling because we don't want to leave you homeless. So at this point, we're going to talk about your options. When you sell your home and you need to buy a new home, it's called being contingent. You're contingent on the sale of the home. And we have a couple different options. I have a client right now who is looking for their home that they want to buy before they put their house on the market. So we've been making offers contingent on the sale of their home, but the home's not on the market yet. It's tough because we have been beat out a few times because, again, the best way to be a good seller is to think like a buyer. And the best way to be a good buyer is to think like a seller. In this situation, they've been getting multiple offers where the other offers are non-contingent, or they're contingent on a sale of a home that already has a buyer. And that beats out our contingent of a home that's not even on the market yet. So that is one option. Not saying it's impossible. We did have a house recently where we got that signed around where she made an offer contingent on the sale of her home. The home was ready to go on the market. We had everything. The pictures were done. Everything's ready. We're just waiting to find the right home. Now, typically the contingent time period is 45 days. Okay, meaning we have 45 days to find a buyer. That's a long time in this market. And the seller said, no, you're not going to get that. You're going to get like 2 weeks. So we have 2 weeks to find a buyer, which we did, which is great. But in the meantime, what happens is once the seller has accepted our offer, it is still contingent on the seller for home. So that home that she was trying to buy went into what's called bump status, BMP. And what that means, it's bumpable, meaning if the seller gets another offer that is a non-contingent offer, the seller's agent will give me, as her buyer's agent, notice saying, hey, we've received an offer that is non-contingent. You have, in this case, you have 3 to 5 days to what we call put up or shut up. Are we going to remove the contingency or back out? Those are options. So we were lucky that we had a couple offers coming in, that we were able to accept one, remove our contingency, and make that offer, which was bumpable, now pending. It is pending the sale on, still contingent on the sale of her home, but because we had an offer on her home and her home's now pending, both properties are pending and we're just in a lineup. Okay. Now, so there's that. Now, the other option is for a lot of people, what do is we put their homes on the market. And once a home's on the market and the home's being shown, we're out there looking for your new home. And it's pretty much what we're doing. This is a little bit more stressful for sellers because what happens if you can't find the right home? And oh my gosh, am I going to be homeless? We're not going to let you be homeless. When you do this route, normally we make your home sale contingent on you, the seller, finding a new home. So if you can't find a new home, it's contingent. Maybe the buyer will give us an extended closing until we can find you and establish you a new home to buy and get that signed around. Or we can get, I have a friend who recently did this. She sold her home, but she had an extended rent back. So she had like 30 days longer after closing, so it gave her a little bit more time to be able to locate and get an offer signed around for the purchase of her next home. So we can do that in front or in the back. So there is an option there. Usually that works pretty well. Get your home on the market, let's go find you a new home, and then be able to either extend it to close or something like that. Kind of wiggle the time right. All right, so there's the second option. Now the third option, of course, is let's sell your home. And if we're out there looking at homes, and if we can't find a home, the home still closes. And at that point, you kind of need a place to stay. So you can stay with a family member or stay in your RV or something like that on someone's property or something like that. And sometimes people do this, say, hey, you know what, let's put my home on the market. Let's get it sold. And if it sells before we find a new home, is fine. I can go stay with my family for a little bit and bite my tongue and I'll make it work. And then we're going to keep looking for a new home, find the new home, and close on that one. Now, if this happens, you're no longer really contingent. It's not contingent on the sale of a home that's already sold. Okay? And sometimes that works for people, but that doesn't work for everybody. Now, another option is what my husband and I did. We were in a very blessed situation where we were able to close on our new home and sell our old home vacant. That worked really well for us because we have inside cats and we have dogs and we have really weird schedules and we have kids, and there is no way in heck I was going to be able to keep my house clean for that length of time and be able to move things around and juggle people and stuff to have people come in and show my home and look at my home while we're living there. No. There's no way we were going to be able to live in our home and be able to have it in condition to show. There's just no way. Because newsflash, everybody, we all live pretty much the same. Our houses never look. When you're looking at a home and you're thinking about buying this home, trust me, that's not how they live in it. We all live in the home pretty similar. That's how they live in it when they're selling the home. All right. So once you've talked to the lender and you got pre-approved, our next step is to sit down and say, what path works best for you? Are we going to go look for a home contingent on the sale of your home that's not in the market yet? Are we going to put your home in the market and then go find you a new home, still contingent? Or are we going to wait till you have an offer on the home and then go look at homes? That way it's contingent on the sale, but it's not contingent because you have a buyer. Okay. Or are we going to go find you a new home? You can move in, or, move into the home, not contingent, because you can carry both loans for a little while. Couple different options. Honestly, most people are going to do one of two things. Okay. Not everybody has the option to buy a home without selling their current home, and not carrying those two loans. And not everybody has the option of, if they sell their home and they can't find their current home, that they have some place to stay until they find a new home. The majority of people are going to do one of two things. We are going to try to find a new home and get that offer accepted, contingent on you putting your home on the market within 5 days to a week and finding a new buyer within a shorter period of time, normally with like a 2-week time span. That is also the hardest one to get signed around, not going to lie. Or are we going to put your home on the market and either ask for an extended closing or more time after closing if we can't find you a new home right away? A lot of it's also going to depend on what type of home you're looking for. So that's our, third step in this process, to figure out what's best going to work for your family. And as your realtor, that's what we can help you with. Give you the pros, give you cons. Remember, we're here to advise, guide, and assist. In the end, all final decisions are yours because this is your home adventure. You're driving the bus, we're GPS. So until next week, remember, learningtobuyahome.com, and that's where we put all the information, including buyers and sellers class education sites. If you have any questions, give me a call. Talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.